I won't know until I get to the other end of it. And the only way to get to the other end of it is to actually try. I need to be one with my thoughts and let it flow freely, and not let the anxiety that tries to flow within me overcome me. My issue is the fear of being seen, the fear of being observed. And one of the reasons why I have that issue is because I believe that something negative is going to come of it. And whenever something negative comes of it, I'm always in a spot where I then have to adjust or change myself in some type of a way. And I guess I'm getting more protective with myself in that way, because I'm actually growing into loving myself more and more each day. And I just don't want to jeopardize that. But then I also have to realize that fear, I have a choice whether to come into agreement with it or not. I understand that fear is there due to my past, but I'm now in my present and I'm heading towards my future. And with my future, yeah, there's going to be a lot of naysayers, there's going to be a lot of opinions, but must I then hide my gifts and my art form because of somebody else's opinion? Everybody's going to have an opinion. Nobody's ever going to see somebody as fully who they are. Nobody's ever going to really fully accept another person, because we're all made different. We all understand different things, and so of course there's gonna be like some noticeable differences, but I'm just not a person that likes to judge just because somebody's different. When I meet somebody that's different, I find that to be so fascinating, so interesting. I want to know about them. I just want to experience that person and what it is their difference is coming with. And I understand that takes you being grounded in who you are, you being okay with who you are, you being present, you being confident. Differences are something to be celebrated, but in this age that we're living in, there's definitely a lot of people that, from my perspective, I would say they would rather point out another's flaws or what they determine to be that person's flaws rather than to sit with their own self. It's easier to point your finger at somebody else when you are avoiding the work that is needed to be done within yourself. And it's human nature. It's human nature as well. We're just prone to just judging one another, being envious, being all these things. But the good news is you don't have to be like that. You can actually change. You can choose something different. Yeah, it takes some work, but it's not impossible. So back to my fear of being seen. I have this thing about me where I will have material, like I'll have content, but I won't post that content. And the reason why I won't post that content is because I shy away from being so expressive, because that's another thing of my upbringing where I would express myself and it'll be shut down. So then I always thought that if I were to say something, it had to be right, it had to be perfect, it had to be precise, it had to be direct, because just to survive from constantly being shut down. And so I guess now that translates to me kind of just suffocating my own voice. My throat chakra is definitely blocked because I get into these places where I just don't want to be seen. But then at the same time, I have something to say, and I believe that space for me to say it is there, and I just have to get information. I have to get information. So for me to be able to get into information, first I need to acknowledge that this even exists within me. Because I know a lot of people will be like, oh, that's victim mentality, you're in the past, you're did all this stuff. But no, there's such thing as coming to terms with your truth in order for you to get past your truth. I find that oftentimes my issue was I would try to bury the truth back a bit. I would just try to cope in a different type of a way, whether it'll be just hustling like crazy or just some type of other distractive activity I would get into rather than facing what it is that needed to be faced. I just didn't have time to be doing that, so I didn't do that. So now I'm in the space where I've been able to just journey through all of these events and all of these pinnacle moments and all of what has made me me and all the things that have triggered me, and I'm able to recognize it, come to terms with it, let myself feel how that is making me feel, and then I'm able to move forward. And for me, moving forward could be being able to not just record a video, but also edit it and then upload it. I get stuck on the editing part because when I have to sit through myself talking, I don't know, like, it just makes me feel so like cringe. I have been working on this for years. I've been working on this goal for years and years and years. And so now I believe is the moment for me. But for me to be able to live in that moment, I have to actually like step out and do it. And so, yeah, I'm working through my fear of being seen. That's my active goal right now, because one other thing that I was working on with my past, like for the past couple of weeks, was like boundary setting and figuring out what my triggers are, what my limits are, and all that stuff. And then came the point of like me actually like recognizing, oh, this is for me and this is not for me. And then me being able to verbalize like, this is my boundary, this is this, and actually standing on that boundary. So that's what I was working on for the past couple of weeks, plus some other stuff, but like that's the main one right now that I can think of. And so I am in a good place with that. So then now let's keep it moving. So I have those boundaries. So if somebody is going to, let's say, comment something and that something is triggering, I'm able to move forward from that. I'm able to have like a duality, not absorb what it is that is being said, but like, you know, either choose to interact or not interact. So yeah, I've worked on that. Now it's the fear of being seen and being able to put myself out there despite that fear, because that fear very well could transition into me understanding it as excitement. I won't know until I get to the other end of it. And the only way to get to the other end of it is to actually try. And so, yeah, this is what we're focused on for this week. And I'm excited about just what the week is going to bring. And yeah, so hopefully this video is going to be up. Fingers crossed. No, this video is definitely going to be up. It's definitely going to be up, and I'm not going to have any attachments about it. I'm just going to focus on expressing myself and working on my art form, and let that be. And who's into it will be into it. Thanks for watching.